Hello, and welcome to another episode of Top 3 Tuesday. I am not EDT1138. I am the Sega Stoner. Hi. Unfortunately, Ed couldn't take part in this episode because his big mountain of Sega fell on top of him and he's trapped. Now, don't worry, people. The rescue teams are there saving him, but he emailed me via his phone to say that he needed someone to help push out this video so that you guys can get your Top 3 Tuesday goodness. So, I being, I guess, the first person he was able to email, I'm going to do it. So, the people who did video responses last week are as follows. Electric Adventures, the Sega Stoner, that's me. Pro B-Man 5, X Game Storm X, Kicks Too Quick, Ballin' Nick 1982, Kit 171, Gamer Emporium, Michael B. the Game Genie, Retro Virtuoso, hopefully I said that right, Weekend Game Guy 1, Grub Gun, Sega and More, another X Game Storm X, Dahmer Cool Stuff, Crazy Picard, Every Snake's Dream 22, and Lagaya Rosaru. Those are the people that did video responses last week, and to all of you, awesome. This week we got another person who's gonna ask a question, and it just so happens to be the last person I mentioned on that list. So I'm gonna pass it off to Lagaya Rosaru.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Lagaya Rosaru here, and I'm honored to be asking this week's Top 3 Tuesday. Here goes my chihuahua. I don't know, I guess he wants to be in the video. Yeah, I am very honored to be asking this week's Top 3 Tuesday. The question I'm going to be asking you is, what 3 RPGs that you loved growing up? Now, I've got quite a few games here to show off. Yeah, for RPGs, for everybody, it can range from JRPGs to strategic RPGs like Fire Emblem or the Shining Force series. It can be dungeon crawlers, roguelikes, any of that sort, the first-person perspective RPGs like Elder Scrolls. It could be those types of RPGs. But in my case, I'm going to be doing JRPGs. So let's get this started. First up, number 3, sorry about that. I was playing this game earlier. First up, I have Wild Arms. I don't know if you can see that. Since I have it on my PlayStation Portable, I'll probably end up putting a picture somewhere in the video. But this is one of my favorite RPGs growing up. I know you just recently got the second Wild Arms, but the first one just takes it all the way. It's got, like, well, in my opinion, it does. It's got a really great intro before you start the game. I wish show a video, but I don't want it to be too long. It's that long of an intro. It's like 2 minutes, I believe. I just loved how Wild Arms has its traditional JRPG. It's got some really great music as well. I just loved it growing up. One of my first RPGs I've ever played. Alright, now next up I have Final Fantasy IX. I don't know if you can see that, sorry, it has any glare. I had to do a custom cover for this game because I lost a case and manual to it, and unfortunately I lost the first disc, which starts it all, so I can't play it anymore unless I get a first disc. That was my first Final Fantasy game I played. It was such a great game. It went back to its traditional JRPG, turn-based RPG from like the earlier games. It's pretty much, you've got like a set of classes already. You got your thieves, your white mages, your knights, blue mage, black mage, and your dragoon. It's such a great game. I remember playing it so much that I couldn't put the controller down when I first played it. The game captivated me. It was like I was in the game, interacting with the story. It was that great of a game. Like, I could not put it down. It was definitely one of my favorites growing up whenever I had the game. Well, that's technically my original copy of the game, but if you couldn't see that picture, I'll put a picture somewhere up here. Anyways, on to my last pick. Now, I know I've talked about this game so many times in my other videos, especially when I'm doing a video response to you, to the other Top 3 Tuesday questions. But I just have to put this up, because it was one of my favorite games of all time, my favorite role-playing games of all time. And it goes by the name of Legend of Legaia. It's also my YouTube name. Anyways, I just love this game so much. It's got a unique battle system, like I already kept saying that. It's got really great music, funny characters, a role-playing game that has mini-games. I mean, really, it was just freaking awesome, but it's whatever. But yeah, Legend of Legaia was one of my favorites growing up. I remembered before getting the game, there was a demo disc that you had to get through mail order. It was such a phenomenal game because of its uniqueness of the D-pad as your up, down, left, right for your button combinations and moves. One of my favorites of all time. I wish they had implemented that on some other JRPGs. It's just a phenomenal game in general. I just love that game so much. Couldn't stop playing it. I recently beat it for the PlayStation, but I had to emulate it since I don't have a physical copy of the game. I'm also doing a Let's Play of it. It's going to be quite some time before I finish it because when it comes to battles, I don't know how to edit my battles out. So yeah, it's probably going to span around maybe 100 episodes, or maybe somewhere over 100 episodes. But yeah, I've got quite a ways to go before I finish it. But anyways, yeah, but there goes my top 3. I'd like to know what your top 3 is, and I'd like to know what everybody's top 3 is of favorite RPGs. If you're wondering, I'm not wearing a Kingdom Hearts shirt just because it's my favorite RPG. I do like the game. It wasn't my favorite growing up. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna sign off now, so I'd like to go back to you, Ed.
Alrighty, so top 3 RPGs from my youth or growing up or what have you. Well, first off, I'm going to agree with you on Wild Arms. That game is awesome, and that is my number 3 spot. I remember renting that with my brother, and we would actually take turns playing it, and it was just epically awesome. I haven't played it in years, and I've been hunting for a copy for it, and I can't find it. Like, can't whatsoever. So, you know what? Number 1, Wild Arms for the PS1. And I want to note, I'm not going to say anything past the PlayStation 1, because then it'd be a whole different list. Number 2, for the Game Boy, Quest. I put in so much time into that game. And now, granted, that RPG isn't even a long RPG. I just liked it that much. I would replay it. I don't replay RPGs, but I replayed that one. So Quest for the Game Boy. And now, number 1. A game that I'm sure everyone who's a gamer that's around my age has played and enjoyed. Pokemon for the Game Boy. For me, Pokemon Blue. What can I say? First off, Pokemon defined, like, that whole time frame of when it first came out. I mean, come on. Everyone had Pokemon. But Pokemon on the Game Boy was pretty awesome and revolutionary, and it was just some crazy stuff. I actually have a vivid memory of me in grade 6, I believe it was. Actually, I know it was. I'm just saying, believe it was, because why not? A buddy of mine, he had like the Game Genie or Game Shark or whatever, and he popped Mew into my game, so I was like the only person in my town who had Mew on their Game Boy Pokemon Blue, and it was awesome, and everyone wanted to trade with me, and I'm like, heck no. But anyways, so yeah, recap: Wild Arms, PlayStation 1, Quest, Game Boy, and number 1, Pokemon Blue for the Game Boy. Now, for all you people, yes, you would think I would have some Sega, but I didn't. So, I guess until next time, peace out.